Oh yeah, that's a good draw. And start raining down on him. Ooh, missed a land drop, you say? Uh-oh. Okay. Alright, well, welcome back. Thanks to a couple of dono decks. We had a lot of Premodern this week, and here's another one from username Celestial Heathen. The red-white control deck, and when I see this, it kind of reminds me of a red-white control deck. Red-white, like, Rifter control. An old buddy of mine, Pete, used to play way back in, like, high school, like 2006 or something like that. Shout out to Pete's Nerd Emporium in Franklin, Massachusetts. If you're in the New England area, go check him out. Pete's a good dude, good shop. Anyways, here we are. So, I do have a soft spot for red-white control. There's just not really anywhere to play it, except maybe here in Premodern. So what are we doing? Basically, we're heavily interacting with the board, and then once we've stabilized, at least to an extent, maybe with some more board control on deck, we have land destruction to start disrupting their mana base, and then eventually, and hopefully, we have stabilized and disrupted enough where we can land an Exalted Angel or an Eternal Dragon. So we have 24 lands, 3 of which are Mishra's Factory for a little bit of win condition in the mana base, 3 of which are Wasteland, and we have 4 swords, 4 lightning bolts. Still to this day, the most efficient removal at all. Just period. We got Orm's Thunder, which is kind of like a disenchant, except it can be kicked to do some damage to a creature. Get a little 2-for-1 action, maybe. We all know Stone Rain. Hammer of Bogarden. It's a 3-mana sorcery that deals 3 damage, but in the long term, you can start bouncing it back to your hand for the low cost of 2 and triple red. We have 4 Wrath of God. Keep that board clear. Then we have Earth Rift, which is a more costly Stone Rain, but has flashback. Similarly, Flowstone Flood, more costly Stone Rain, but has buyback with a costly buyback price. In longer games, we'll have to keep this in mind. And of course, we have Exalted Angel at the top end with Eternal Dragon that's mostly going to find lands for us. Let's see, it looks like we have a little more plains than mountains. Is that warranted? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 15 white spells. We have more red spells, but I guess there's double pip on Wrath of God. But we also have Eternal Dragon. I mean, you could probably make an argument that white is just more important to be hitting early on. Like, just hitting Wrath of God is really important. I'll leave it. The only change that I've made is twofold. One, this was Circle of Protection red, which is probably better, but I know from experience being on the other side of the table playing red, especially with a control deck like this that is going to take a while, you really, really, really run the risk of timing out on Magic Online. Because if your red opponent just floods the board with creatures every single turn, you have to activate Circle of Protection like 6 or 7 times, and it's not going to be a good viewer experience, and it's going to be potentially a non-game. Whereas Warmth doesn't take all that nonsense and is probably going to beat red. Then we get some Red Blast, Disenchants. I guess I made one more change. I put in a Phyrexian Furnace in place of one of the Pyroclasms. I feel like we have a ton of board removal, and though there's going to be spots where I want Pyroclasm, maybe 3 is excessive. Maybe not. Maybe it's the fact that it's a 2-mana sweeper against more aggressive decks, like Goblins, where Wrath of God just might not get there quickly enough, but I don't know, small enough change, whatever. Alright, let's get after some matches. This is red-white control from Celestial Heathen. See you in round 1. All right, here we go in round one against Heckman87. I feel like we play against them a lot. They've been in the past 2 pre-modern videos I've done. And they've been on a different deck both times, so pretty sure, I kind of forget what, but I think they were just like mid-range stuff. So I think these swords are going to be pretty good. Swamp, Duress. Okay. They probably take one of the swords. Yep. Wrath of God, not bad. So play a Plains. Playing black-white. Gerard's Verdict. Ew. Okay, well, definitely discarding Earth Rift. Probably also Flowstone Flood. I think they are mostly a creature-based deck. Another dragon, that's fine. Basically another plains for us. More duress, sure. Do a little plane cycling. And draw another plains. It's alright, we got that Eternal Dragon engine going here. They cast the Morph. Probably Exalted Angel. Oops, I wasn't thinking I should have left mana for the swords. Well, I'm definitely going to kill it. Bane of the Living. Ah. Okay. Hippie. It's not a big deal. Stone Rain. Alright, I'm going to cast that one. Get rid of their white source. I don't care that this gets discarded. And now we can start picking up Eternal Dragons. There's not really a reason to pick them up, I guess. You have to do it in your upkeep. You activate only during your upkeep, yeah. I'd rather just take a draw step. We want to find a bolt or swords. Or Wrath of God. I guess especially Wrath of God. Stone Rain, not the best. I guess I'll hit their plains, take them off white. Even though they seem to be mostly black. Alright, they get in for 4. More threats. More threats. Yeah, we really need a Wrath. This is not great. But I guess at least they don't really have mana anymore. I could pick up Dragon. Well, actually not anymore, now that they played this. I suppose that was a line. We could have picked up Dragon, hoped it didn't get hit by Spectre, and then hope to cast it the following turn. Just when that was possibly an effective play, I feel like just being live to drawing bolt or swords sounds better. Alright, this helps. Definitely helps. Oh, it costs 7. 5 to pick up, but it costs 7 to cast. I guess you can pick it up and then the following turn plane cycle. Oh man, this card is something else. I think I'll just keep taking draw steps. They're still casting stuff. Brutal. I mean, if we draw Wrath, we probably just win. If we draw another removal, feel okay. Nope. This card is not helping out. Basically Wrath or bust here. Gets discarded. Yep. We're at 2. Oh, it looked like a Wrath for a second. Alright, they got us. Pyroclasm, very good. I don't think I want Orm's Thunder. I guess this Phyrexian Furnace draws a card. And run it. We have no removal. But we do have good mana. Wasteland could be nice. And we have a lot of removal in our deck. So I'm going to trust the deck. Like I could go to 6, but then Duress is going to be that much better. Gerard's Verdict, that much better. There we go. Not a bad start at all. Nothing. It's nice. Plane cycle. Go to our turn. And let's make it rain. Didn't do anything last turn. Gerard's Verdict. Okay. Discard Dragon and one of the Earth Rifts. Phyrexian Furnace. Not great, but hit their swamp here. Another swamp, another Gerard's Verdict, yep. The brutal card. Okay. The Wrath of God's not bad. But it probably gets discarded. Play a hippie. Ooh. Definitely wrathing. If it were just the creature that's gonna like deal damage, I might wait on it. There's another one. Well, I think it's time to morph. Mighty Morphin time. I mean, we have enough to flip it. We lose our Flowstone Flood. Go to 18. If they can't kill this, we probably win. They can kill it. Nothing to kill, hippie! Alright, we went AFK for a couple of minutes because my internet got spotty. But they cool. They cool. Play the plains. Pass the turn. Yeah, it doesn't really make sense to pick up Dragon with a hippie in play until I have 7 mana. Or maybe it does make sense. If I pick up 1. You know what? Or no, it's double hippie now? Jeez. Need a Wrath. Alright. Another plains. Bummer. They had like the perfect amount of mana. Both games. You know, I almost put in some like Incinerates in the deck. And I feel like it might be a good thing to do. Alright, alright. Get to kill one of them. So now I can start picking up dragons. Since I have 2 of them, I can put 2 cards in my hand per turn. And I have additional mana. I might still be able to cast like a Swords if I draw it. What is this? Here you draw X cards and use X life for X the number of zombies you control. Okay. Does mean I kind of have to guess. Hopefully we draw Swords, not Bolt. It's just tough, man. And if we draw Wrath, we can't cast it. Like, now that there's 2 creatures on board, I don't think it's a play that we can make. There's spots where I think it makes sense to just be picking up Eternal Dragons, but... well, we would have gotten rewarded there. I guess I still kill this zombie. So there would have been no reward, because then we'd just get hit by hippie anyways. Had I picked up Eternal Dragon. Alright, we go to 10. Another one of those. It's basically we need to draw a Wrath to get ahead. That is not a Wrath. Definitely not a Wrath. We'll kill the plains. I don't think it's going to do much. Alright, they get in for 5. Back to Wrath or Bust. And the hits will probably just keep coming. They've got 5 cards. They're drawing 2 per turn, at least. Painter Void, okay. Exalted Angel, I mean, we did hit their white source. It's a very good draw. This could run away with it. Probably not, though. What do you got? 3 mana. Am I dead? Mighty Morphin time. Okay. Hammer. 1 mountain. Turn 14. 1 red source. That's pretty crazy. Okay. Gotta hope they don't find a land. They're drawing 2 cards, though. I think I need to attack. I think I'm just gonna die, otherwise. Like, really easily. All I need is 1 more land, and then they can morph this. And give our angel -3/-3. Make it a 1/2, and then we'd have to chump. I mean, we lose hammer, which sucks. But if we can draw a removal spell, might still be in it. Yep, they had the land. Ooh, they just have Vindicate. Another reason to attack. Okay. Wrath. Swords. Yeah, it's not going to be enough. GG's, Heckman. GG's. So since we're not in a league, I think I'm going to make a couple changes. I don't know that Incinerate is like the next best thing. It's definitely good, so I'm going to go for it. I'm going to trim one of these Orum's Thunders. I'm going to trim Glowstone Flood. In fact, I'm going to trim 2 Floods. Play 3 Incinerate. And then I'm going to make the land count even. We have Exalted Angel, or I mean, Eternal Dragon to offset and give us more white. Alright, let's get after it. See you in round 2. Hey everyone, thanks for making it this far. Just wanted to thank everybody, and if you're looking for more, show you where you can find that. If you go to the description below, you can find all of my links. If you go further down in the comments, you can also find my links for bring you to my Patreon, various tiers for Discord access, early access, sideboard guides, donation decks, coaching sessions. You can also check out the podcast within those links, as well as my Twitch, where I do most of my content. You can see the commands that you can use in the chat. Let's say you do dono. You're wondering how to get a link, how to do it. Tells you right here. And the members Discord is within the Storm, MTG Storm community. And of course, it's always going to help if you hit the like and subscribe. So thanks again. Keep storming, y'all. All right, here we go. Round 2 against josemaurorj. Yeah, we can keep this. Play a mountain and pass. We got bolt up. We can get a plains with dragon. We got a stone rain. And I get duress immediately. Took the stone rain. Got him. Got him with the moto bug. Nice. Alright, double swamp, pass. We'll get a plains. Oh yeah, that's a good draw. And start raining down on him. Ooh, missed a land drop, you say? Uh-oh. Okay. You're gonna stick around? I mean, it does take us a while to kill them, so I don't blame them. I found a swamp. Hammer of Bogarden. I guess I'm just passing. They got nothing. Missing land drops, I like it. If we can get one more plains, we can start getting this dragon going. Huh. Not quite, but I'll just play it out. I mean, getting close to flashing Earth Rift back too. Right, they found swamp number 2. There it is. Alright, that's pretty nice. One away from this Earth Rift. I think I'm gonna pick up the dragon though. Black Knight. That's fine, I'm just gonna bolt it. Another rat. Oh shit. Forgot to pick up dragon. Oops. Alright, I'll pass. Might be. The rest, you got it. You took the Orum's Thunder. Interesting. 3, 4, 5. Pick up the dragon. Land? Swords, okay. If you draw land, I could just play a dragon. Phyrexian Arena, okay, that makes sense. Alright, they're gonna be drawing a lot of cards. Factory. You just play my 5/5 flyer. You could blow up a swamp. Let's get on the board. Then I can start blowing up their lands. It only does so much because they're not going to be missing land drops with this. Oh shoot. There's an edict. Yep. I'm going to pick it back up. And take a draw. Go get a plains. Play the plains. See, I can draw 2 cards per turn as well. A little more costly, but we're doing it. Choking Sands. Destroy a non-swamp. If it was a non-basic, it deals 2 damage. Sure. 2, 3, 4, 5. Pick the dragon back up. Draw another wasteland. I'll play it. And we'll pass. That's swamp number 4. Ball therapy. I mean, I guess I'm going to plain cycle. Would have also bolted them. I don't think they're going to name bolt. Probably name Wrath of God so that they can start deploying threats. Yep. More land destruction, huh? Interesting. What's the land destruction deck? Draw another Wrath. Crap, I meant to pick up Feral Dragon. Well, given that I didn't, maybe I should have just been hammering all along while I still had 3 mountains. Possible it's still correct to do that. It's because they're losing a life per turn. Dark Ret. Yeah. I mean, now mountain is basically our best draw. Pro white. I don't want to swords it. Well, I can't. This one's pro white. But I don't want to swords their threats to gain them life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, let's pick up the dragon from mountain. That's great. That's very good. All right, let's... I think we just hammer them. Go to 11. They go to 10. Yep. They destroy another mountain. We go to 14. Exalted Angel. Well, let's play the one that costs 7 first. So that if we get hit by another land destruction spell, I can cast this one next turn. And hopefully, if they do have something to remove this, they don't have enough mana to also hit a land. Although they did just hit their land drop. They have 5 cards. Oh, another Dark Ret. Yep, it's an edict. And land destruction on my mountain. It's pretty incredible we haven't drawn a dual land in either of these games. We've gone like past turn 15. And we haven't seen one. Not that I necessarily would have wanted it, but interesting to note. Okay. I think I Wrath here. Love to be able to cast this lightning bolt, but I think I'm also going to morph. Exalted Angel. They have 3 cards, 4 cards, 5 cards. Getting duressed. Yeah. I take the bolt. I think I should have bolted them a while back. The hippie. Okay. Still feel like we're ahead. Let's morph this and attack. See if they kill it. They're gonna chump. Sure. And gain 4. And let's morph another one. Looking good here. Yep, the Chainer's Edict. Get rid of the morph. And they scooped. Wow. Well, this is gonna be a grind fest, huh? I like Pyroclasm. I'll keep the Orum's Thunders. Do I want Disenchant? I don't think so. It's only Arena. Feel like Land Destruction. We can trim on that. Yeah, let's do that. Alright. All red cards, only planes. I don't think we're allowed to keep this. This one's good. Bottom one of the dragons. They mulled to 5. Swamp Duress. Alrighty. Lightning Bolt. Sure. I don't think I'll be attacking with Factory immediately anyway, so I'll just play Mountain. At night. All Therapy. Okay. Your name, Exalted Angel. Hit the dragon. Interesting. Play my Factory out. Maybe I should have played Plains. A land destruction spell that hits me. Right, they don't have anything. Sweet. Morphin time. I got nothing. Would rather have drawn a Plains, but fine. It's morphin time. And we can start attacking with Factory too, and we have double bolt. Dark Writ. Arena. Okay. I'm gonna start bolting them. Or they draw into more discard or blow up my mountains. 15 Stone Rain. Yeah, I think that's worth doing instead of getting in for the 2 damage off of Factory. It's close though, but it's a good chance it just time walks them, which is worth a lot more damage for us. They're actually just dead on board. Oh, not anymore. Sure. The consideration to activating Factory and sacking that, but this is fine. There it is, the first time he drew one of these. That's funny. Oh, I don't know why I activated. I should just be morphing. But which I can still do, and I would. But, it was definitely a mistake, because then if they draw an Edict, you can't, like, activate Factory and sack that. But, either way, we did get him. Or 1-on-1. See you in round 3. Alright, here we go. Round 3 against MagicMorris. Mountains only. Yeah, I'm gonna mulligan. Uh-oh. Run the play. Can't keep this. That's a bummer. Guess we'll go to 5. Daly's mulligan is 6. Feel a lot better if they also went to 5. Alright, I keep Mountain, Plains. I think I bottom Stone Rain and Mountain. Mountain and Pass. I think I'd rather, like, have Dragon in my graveyard at the cost of having to pay 2 to get my land than keeping a land over it. Unswept Teeth and Pass. Okay, we'll take a draw. Another Exalted Angel, not the best. Hopefully they don't play something I have to incinerate so that I can plane cycle. City of Brass. Sure. Sylvan Library. Alright. Let's plane cycle. And go to our turn. I'll morph in this Exalted Angel. Don't mind having more burn. Between City of Brass, Sylvan Library, having a double Exalted draw. The burn is kind of nice. Any land is a nice draw. Wow! They paid 8. It's gotta be good for us. Wild Growth. Pay another life. Another Wild Growth. Pass. Trying to cast something, but they're in combat. Second main. What is this? All of the herd? Okay. Land? 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 Oh, that's pretty good on their, yeah. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. The old 3 for 1 that they paid 8 life for. Way too tempting to not do that. I feel like it would be pretty hard to lose this, but I suppose it's possible. Weathered Wayfarer, yep. Terrageddon port? That is not very good on this board. And they're coming in. Sure. Don't know that they should be attacking there. No way you're gonna pay 2 life or pay a life to port me. Wow. Love it. Porting my mountain. Well, that's gonna hurt. I'm gonna bolt or incinerate. I think I'll bolt. I draw land. I can morph this other angel. Did draw land. Guess I'll attack first. And imagine at this point they chump. You gotta chump. Not chumping. What is happening? Let's go for another morph. Alright, they have to do something drastic this turn. One of their lands is colorless. One of them's going to die when they use it. And one of them deals them 1 damage and they're at 3. Yeah. Okay. I think Phyrexian Furnace is good enough to bring in, but not Tormod's Crypt. I don't know that I want Disenchant. I gotta learn more about their deck. I will keep the Orm's Thunder. And I think that's it. I think the deck is actually just pretty good against them. Just trim one of my land destruction spells. Can't keep this. This is fine. Bottom Battle Forge. Battlefield Forge. I think I'll bottom Mountain. Okay, Mox Diamond. It should be on Disenchant. I probably should have expected Mox Diamond. Or not probably, definitely. Mox Wasteland Sylvan. Jeez. It's certainly a start. Start with the Plains. Don't expect them to pay 8 again. Maybe they pay 4. Yeah, they did. Lay out another Mox. Terravor. Sure. I mean, normally I have a lot of removal for that. Maybe we'll draw one? Nope. I'm gonna play another Plains. The Bolt is still potentially live. And Incinerate. They paid another 4. And they're just getting in for 2. I don't really see us winning this game, but it is possible. Treetop Village. Problem is we need to not get Armageddoned, which I think we are going to get Armageddoned. They play a Morpher. They draw Incinerate. Okay, well, I will kill Terravor. Now we get Wastelanded or Armageddoned. I mean, I'm assuming the morph is Exalted Angel. But if they have Armageddon, we're just gonna get hit by that instead. Yep. Okay, so we want to draw Swords or Wrath. Come on, baby. Mountain. Not exactly. Can't really Wasteland either, because I think one of my best outs. I guess I should have played my my own Morpher. Or just cast Earth Rift. Shit. I'm forgetting about the spells in my hand. I don't know what I was thinking, man. I was gonna Wasteland, but if I Wasteland, then Village is a problem. If I Wasteland Village, then Wasteland is a problem, because then I'd only have 2 mana, and Wrath would not be a good draw. I decided not to, but I do have spells that I could have cast. Yeah, they're just gonna get in with both. I mean, Swords is still an excellent draw. Stone Rain, not great. Not great. Would have been a lot better if I cast a spell last turn. Let's hit this Village. Then we're gonna get hit for 5. We gotta find a sweeper. Swords could still do it. Another Wasteland. Yeah, they're gonna double waste us. We've got 3 cards. I mean, Wrath is still a good draw. Wrath or Swords. I guess they're probably gonna get Port here, so... Oh, Treetop Village. Okay. We go to 2. Gotta draw Swords. Nope. We will go to game 3. Alright, let's play these Disenchants. Don't need the Furnace. I'm gonna cut the Hammer. The mana requirement's pretty tough. Yeah, let's go with this. Alright, game 3. And it is fine. I'm gonna lead on Plains. I know I can't bolt, but I don't want to get Wastelanded. I'd love to find a mountain at some point. They got a Mox start. Disenchant would be a nice draw too. Get rid of the Wasteland, I like that. Wild Growth. Stone Rain looking nice. And passing. Sure. Okay. Not a bad draw. We've got some land destruction plans. Provided we don't get wastelanded, things are looking pretty decent. Nothing. Love to see that. Love a good classic nothing. Get a plains. Factory. Yeah, I think we go for Stone Rain here. It's kind of a double Stone Rain. And then next turn we can hit their mocks. Oof. No land drop, brutal. Oh, they found one. Not a bad draw. Let's hit this mocks. And then we'll pass. Got Bolt Up if I need it. We're working towards Exalted Angel. They've got a Treetop Village, and that's it. Another Orm's Thunder. Don't hate that. It's morphin' time. And they got nothing. Let's take a draw. Wasteland, oh man. That's brutal. Flip it. Yeah. A flawless victory. Hey, we're 2-1. See round 4. Alright. We've got another opponent here. Dan Sartori. Run the play. We've got a keepable hand. So I will keep. They mulliganed. Play out this Battlefield Forge. Then we can play Factory, get our third land with this Eternal Dragon. Adhikar Wastes. Mountain, not a bad draw. We're gonna need more lands. I'll play that. Alright, we're just trading land drops essentially here. Go get a plains. Hammer of Garden. Maybe I should have played Factory there. See if we can Stone Rain them. They're probably gonna counter us. Oh, just worked. There's an argument to hitting Island instead in case we draw Wasteland, but I think it's better to just hit the Adhikar Wastes. But they've got another land, but it does kind of put us ahead on land drops. Yeah, if we had played out Factory, we could have attacked with it this turn. I guess I'll just pass for now. You could cast Hammer, miss the land drop. I like that. Let's play Mountain. And do we go for buyback? I think we go for buyback. Let's do it. Discard Lightning Bolt at random. I mean, heavily punished if they found some sort of counter, but they didn't have it a couple turns ago. Maybe this is like an Impulse or an AK. Not a mana leak? Or a counter spell. Brutal. Well, it doesn't really look like a matchup where Lightning Bolt's going to be all that important, but don't like getting 2 for 1. Exalted Angel. I will attempt to morph that and see if we can get in. Nice. Standstill? Why? Why would you put Standstill into play? I guess because they planned on scooping. Okay, well, land destruction, definitely good against them. I don't really know land still decks enough, but there's going to be counters. I'm sure there's going to be swords. There's going to be Mishra's Factories, Berry Conclave. So I just want the blasts. I feel like Orm's Thunder is going to be useless. Well, I can kill a factory. I think I still want to cut it though. Maybe it's better than Wrath. Wrath does not seem good. I'll keep 1 Wrath and 1 Orm's Thunder. Maybe Disenchant's just better than Thunder here. Pretty slim odds we wind up kicking this. Yeah, I'm just going to play a Disenchant. My guess is that Wrath of God is actually useless, but I don't fully know that. Yeah, we got good mana. Stone Rain's a very good spell against them. Getting turn 2 Standstill is going to be a problem, but that's always going to be a problem. Except for when I have Red Blast. Easy game. No Standstill even. I like that. I like that a lot. Play out of Plains. Don't really want any more Exalted Angel. Alright, they're not missing land drops. I don't think I slam Stone Rain. Even though I just drew yet another one. Because really I want to set up Stone Rain with Red Blast, and I don't want to tap out and then get Standstilled. It could still happen. They set up Standstill with a counter spell. But there's not much I can do about that. You probably get a Plains, another Island. Yeah, Standstill off of Plains and Island. Oh no, Tide? Yeah, get it out. Get it out. Okay. Incinerate. Well, definitely casting Stone Rain. I think I'm still hitting island here. I think I just want to start working on the islands. Alright, they had another land, but no second tide. I like that. Going to cast another Stone Rain on another basic. I am actually going to play towards drawing Wasteland here. Mana Leak. Fairy's Response. Yikes. Draw 2 cards. That basically wins the game. It's so brutal. Oh my god. That hurts so bad. Alright, well. Try again. Counterspell. And we're gonna morph. Get 5 cards. Mana Leak, sure. Well, it's a lot of lands. That's a red blast, I like that. Let's go morph. Counterspell. No? Morph? They have 3 cards. See if we can get in here. I mean, they could blow it up with Dust Bowl, but I don't think they really want to be sacking their lands yet. Factor Fiction? Jeez. No, I'm good. We'll go next. Good enough for me. Between Teferi's Response and this, no thank you. Alright, yeah, Wrath is totally out. I didn't realize this was a Tide deck. I know I should know that, but... Or someone who plays the format would. Or someone who knows the format better, we'll say. And Disenchant. I mean, these aren't perfect against Tide, but I think they're going to be better than, like, Hammer. That's probably it. I guess Graveyard Hate isn't bad either. The Replenish? Or, I don't know these decks well enough. If they're playing Standstill, they're not actually playing Replenish, right? It's just like a different kind of Tide deck. Alright, we'll play Orm's Thunder. Alright. Got our colors. A little bit slow, but we did Wasteland. Okay. Play out of Plains. Maybe we should have played Mountain, actually. There's nothing I'm going to actually Swords. And if we draw a Red Blast and then Wasteland them, it would be nice to have Red Blast up, but I don't think that's really going to matter either. Because if we Wasteland them, we're not going to have to Red Blast anything. I know that's our 4th land, but I'm not going to wait, 3 turns to start casting these and then Wasteland them. We'll draw land. Don't worry. Don't worry, we'll draw land. It'll happen. Alrighty, no standstill. I will cast Stone Rain. The Teferi's Response, we just lose. Wow, no counterspell even? Okay. Got a land. Alright, give me that land, come on. Really? I mean, at least we've got a play, but it's a bummer. I mean, we have 24 lands. In a Vapor, okay. It's good for us. Land? Land? I don't know that I can afford to play Morph again. Or play the Angel again. No Tide. Yet. And now we're super behind. Come on. This turn 7, we haven't drawn a land in a 24 land deck. That's pretty stupid. Guess I'll go to cleanup. No way. We get buried by that. I mean, we lose the Tide here, but not too much I can do about it. At least if they don't have it, we know they don't have it. But we'll just get buried by Factor Fiction. Yeah, we lost this game when we didn't draw land for ever. Is there any reason to play? Yeah, we draw it. Why would they... Oh, okay. I guess they just don't really have anything else. I'm gonna cast Incinerate. Rather not go to discard if we miss. We've got other removal spells. Okay. Decree of Justice. 2 1/1s. Cycles. Idle land. Oh, I'm just gonna bolt one of these. So this to me looks like maybe they have Stifle now. Of which I will be scooping too. Yep. GG's. Unfortunate. Fighting for the positive record. See you in the final round. Okay, final round against Ent Duran. Do we keep a 5-lander double Stone Rain? Oh, because it's a a buddy of mine, or I met him at LobsterCon. He was playing some AAA with one of my buddies. I'm gonna keep this. Obviously, there's ways it goes wrong, but I really want to refrain from mulling to 6 and having an unplayable 6 and having to mull to 5. Which kind of feels like that's what always happens. They're probably playing Dreadnought. Which won't be bad if we can find some swords. We did not find some swords. But at least it's a spell. Island number 2. And passing. Exalted Angel. I'm just going to play a mountain. You gonna impulse? AK, sure. Okay. I mean, that means it's probably less likely that it's Stiflenought, but it still could be. I mean, more likely it's like Psychotog, or I mean, it could be any number of things. That's a bolt. I'm gonna cast the Stone Rain. Probably get countered. Impulse, okay. Getting dazed. Opt, sure. It's funny how Daze is just always gonna counter Stone Rain. They just get to pick up the island. Oh, it resolved. Okay, so that's pretty good news. Until they just slam a Dreadnought here. Portent. They shuffled, they're passing. Okay. Let's play the factory. And I'll play the Earth Rift. We do get punished if they drew into a daze. Although, no, not really, because as we talked about, they can just pick up the island. Yeah, that does it too. That certainly does it too. I mean, it forces them to gush when they probably didn't want to gush, but still not great. I mean, we want to be drawing swords and wrath. So far, we've drawn neither. Let's see if they can pull something off here. Yep. There's this main deck AK Dreadnought, which is where I kind of want it to be. The end of the Dreadnought video that I did. It's funny how this dodges wrath too. At least for a turn. Swords? No, it's a wrath. Not terrible. Do I still want a Stone Rain? You think so? I can hardcast the Exalted Angel. You can daze. You're gonna foil it. Wow. Okay. Well, that gives us a chance. I don't think they're supposed to foil that, but I'll take it. I mean, I guess if they have a counterspell. No, because then they'd still have 2 islands available. I don't know. Odds are this Wrath gets countered either way, but nice to see a hard counter go that didn't have to. If they could just let it go and then play an island, you know? Ooh, best possible draw. I like that. Alright, let's go for Wrath. Counterspell. And I'm gonna swords. We're gonna gush. Try to find another foil. Nope. You're out of there. Okay, alright. They have nothing in play. I like that. I guess I don't want to just like get hit by a daze, so let's morph this. Oops. And attack with factory. I mean, I could have tried to Earth Rift. Doesn't seem great though. Okay. Yeah, I think I just want to flip and get in. I tapped my land slightly wrong, but that's fine. It gets in for 6. Gaining life here is not nothing. Portent, sure. It'll feel a lot better if we can find another white removal spell. Wrath or Swords. Did not shuffle. Good draw. Draw Wasteland. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually gonna cast Earth Rift. Yep, that dodges it. Let's go to combat. And cast an AK. I feel like there's much reason to bolt here. Alright, they got a million cards in their hand. Daze, Island, Flash, Stifle. Okay. More lands. Not great. Activate Factory. Get in for 6. Back up to 20. Got a chance here. You're going to tap out for some sort of draw spell. I'm actually going to fire these off. I don't want them to just get hard countered by like actual counterspell. Now they're really under the gun. It's very helpful that Exalted Angel flies. Island number 3. They've gone through 35 cards in their deck. They do have the Chain of Vapor. That hurts. That definitely hurts. Flash of Insight is basically Demonic Tutor. Here's a Dreadnought. I'm assuming they're going to be able to foil Exalted Angel. We could, you know, draw something. We've drawn a bunch of lands in a row. Having said that, we did draw Wrath and Swords, like, right when we needed to. Eesh. Yikes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll just hardcast. Be shocking to me if they didn't have a foil. They do. Discard Dreadnought and an island. Get in for 2. They go to 4, we go to 8, they go to 2, we die. So they are winning exactly by 1 turn, but we can change that. Like Incinerate and Lightning Bolt are on the list of cards that would, oh, not anymore. Well, yeah, we have Wasteland, never mind. Yeah, Incinerate or Lightning Bolt does it, as long as they don't have a counter, which they're pretty likely to have, I'll say that. Earth Rift does not help. I can block 3, and I would be taking 9. Bummer. Close. Drawing way too many lands. Alright. We need the Red Blast. We need Disenchant. Oh, we were also drawing to Orum's Thunder. The hammer is pretty bad. I mean, the land destruction is also pretty bad. So I'm going to cut some of it. A bunch of it. Guess I'll keep the Stone Rains. Alright, we're on the play. It's a similar hand where we just like don't have the half of our deck that we want. But it is all of our colors. There's a factory. Factory's pretty good against them. I'm gonna keep, but it's pretty disappointing. Like to have 4 swords, 4 disenchant effects, 4 wraths, have none of them in your opener. Alright, play land out. Maybe I should have let on factory. Attacking with factory on turn 2 is probably our best play, actually, for turn 2. Factory is a pain in their ass. Probably one of the reasons they play factories in the first place. Is because you can block a factory with a factory profitably. Alright, they did not shuffle. Well, we've got some burn. And I think it's worth just firing it off, actually. If they want to counter it, that would be great. If not, like, it's not going to get used for anything else. Maybe, excuse me, killing a factory. I'm going to lead on Stone Rain. Okay, that's actually good. A lot better than getting dazed or gushed. Although making them gush on turn 2 is pretty decent in and of itself. Alright, we draw another Stone Rain. Yeah, I'll cast it. Could be attacking for 2. There's an argument for it. I think had I not made the mistake turn 1 of not playing Factory. Like if I had played Factory, I think just attacking each turn with it may have been preferable. Alright, Flash of Insight. For 0, just to cycle it. Wait. Do the top X cards, put one of them. Doesn't even cycle it, right? It just puts it in your graveyard. But I guess if you know you're going to be overdrawing with Gush, and you just want to get it into the graveyard. So we are now just like dead to a Dreadnought. I could accept that I played this whole thing pretty poorly. Because I can hold up Blast while attacking with Factory. Oh, Tide. Well, they're just not going to use it? What? Alright. I feel like we're getting away with one here. Hit their own lands so that they can get them back. Might as well hit my Factory, right? Well, I mean, it gives me a mana, but stops me from attacking for a turn. I think I'm still going to morph here, though. Counterspell, okay. We've got 5 cards in hand. They got a Flash of Insight at the ready. Another morph? I'm going to foil it. Discarding Island and Chain of Vapor. Interesting. Now they're going to flash for a bunch. Okay. They got 4 cards. I would imagine they're going to make a Dreadnought here. And, I mean, didn't have any in our opener and haven't drawn any Disenchant or Swords. Still a reasonable chance that we do. Wrath does not work. Only have one white source here. Well, now Wrath does work, as long as they don't counter us. I have 9 total damage. I guess technically No, because I would still take trample damage if I drew another bolt. Plus I wouldn't have enough mana to activate Factory and triple bolt. I'm actually just going to go face with these and hope they don't have a counterspell and that we draw something. Burninate your face. Come on. The other bolt. Activate. Burn. GG's. Yeah, I would say... I don't know. I would accept the argument that you're supposed to just mulligan that hand, because we have so many ways to deal with Dreadnought, and we had none of them in our hand. At the same time, it is really unlucky that we didn't draw any of them at any point. And I also don't think I necessarily sequenced correctly. Should have been attacking initially. But it would have resulted similarly, because I don't think we would have had enough to kill them. And our blast was going to have to hit Tide anyways. And if I wasn't Stone Raining, they would not have yet cast the counterspells that they cast. So I don't know, I think either way we were pretty doomed. It doesn't seem like the best of matchups, but hands where we have swords, disenchants, and blasts can certainly get there. So overall, now the sizing is off because I added a card. Whatever, you know there's one Phyrexian Furnace. Overall, the deck is pretty sweet. It has similar problems as to why you don't really see red-white control in any formats. There's just holes, right? You're not really interacting with the stack. You can't touch your opponent's hand. Like, there's no counterspells or discard. And it's not, like, aggressive enough of a strategy either, right? Like, it's trying to control, but it doesn't have enough to control everything. Whereas, like, you know, having blue allows you to be better at controlling, and having more aggressive elements allows you to ignore, to a certain extent, the need for controlling, because you're the beatdown. Of course, the dissonance of having both burn and swords is, you know, something. But I think mostly one of the big issues is just all the land destruction. Like, land destruction costing 4 is just too much. There's just too many ways to deal with it, or simply your 4-mana land destruction card isn't effective because of all the things that they just did with their 1-mana, 2-mana, 3-mana that you have to catch up and try to beat. And if your removal isn't drawn well enough or doesn't line up well enough, you just lose to whatever they played before you're casting your Stone Rains. Like, you have to answer their board, and then by the time you start casting Stone Rains and Earth Rifts, they don't need their lands nearly as much because they already cast their spells. I could see like a black-red land destruction. I think discard and more 3-mana land destruction, like Icequake or whatever it's called. That would probably be better. Like, reactive control elements don't pair as well with land destruction because you just waste your mana. You don't have something to kill on turn 1. Now that's in hand. Whereas if you have Duress, you can always cast your Duress. That has its own issues though, discard. They become worse as the game goes on. So, I don't know. It's only 1 league, 5 matches, right? But I think the list could be improved. But I do enjoy the archetype. I do enjoy red and white together. The red and white controlling cards are a lot of fun to play. You know, the whole, like, answer everything on the board and then have your slow motion ways of eventually winning. It's just a nice feeling when you do it without blue. Again, I want to thank Celestial Heathen for this dono deck. This deck was sweet. It was fun. I appreciate it. And I do want to remind everybody, if you want to see your deck played on the channel, let me know. There are a number of ways that you can do it, all within the description below. Liking, subscribing, leaving comments. These are all things that help me out, or even just watching. So see y'all next time. And stay tuned for another Premodern video coming out on Monday.